And a good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the McLean Broadcast Network. Tonight, your McLean Highlanders are taking on the Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets in NVSHL playoff hockey round number 2. McLean, as you know, had a first round bye, and tonight they are looking for to start their quest to make it to the championship game. I am joined by my partner, Nick Monroe. Nick, here we go. Playoff hockey. I mean, even though this may not be a school-sponsored sport, the grounds may be a little bit smaller. The energy remains the same, and you can feel the anticipation for this one.
Well, McLean is ready to go. This is their first playoff game. They went 10-0 for the first time in their history as a hockey program, and they are ready to dive into the playoffs. They ended the season on a great track, winning a huge game against Chantilly, a shutout, terrific performances by Jordan Blum, Philip Waugh, countless others, and let's see if that is able to bleed over into this game, Matt.
Yes. Now, for the Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets, they finished third in the Patrick division. They went 5-4-1 with 5 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. On Friday, they won a first round. They got a first round win against the Yorktown Patriots, a 7-3 win. And for McLean, they know that even though this team might not be that great, they're still going to have to play their A game. And talking with the coaches, they said that they must be unselfish. They cannot be selfish. That was highlighted, a terrific pass to Tommy Malloy from Jordan Bloom, the assistant captain, who talked about his maturity. Nick, who else do you think that McLean, who else for McLean needs to stand out tonight?
Well, I think one of the biggest players in this game is going to be Josh Callison, their goalie. He had a spectacular game last time out. He had a shutout, was able to help his team go on and get that first round bye and that 10-0 win. So if they want to have a good game, they're going to need Callison to perform in net, and they're going to need that back line to keep him protected so he doesn't have to make any close calls, Matt.
Yeah, defense always important in any game. Now, if McLean does end up getting the win tonight, they will most likely have to face Bishop O'Connell, that their only losses came against Stonebridge and McLean, So that would be a very tough game. And that right tonight, Stonebridge is taking on Chantilly out in Ashburn. And there would be a tremendous upset if Chantilly were to win that game. Now, Stonebridge is the number 1 seed. McLean is the number 2 seed. I mean, here we go, Nick. I mean, this is as exciting as it gets.
This is an exciting game, and something that we really need to keep track of is that McLean needs to make sure that they stay focused on this game. It isn't a surefire win. Sure, you can say that the numbers say that McLean has this game in the bag, but you can never be too sure. We can always have an upset on our hands, and McLean needs to play, as you said, unselfish. That's one of their keys to the game, and they need to make sure they get the puck around passing, because once they get selfish is when they get sloppy, and when they get sloppy is when they give up opportunities and make mistakes, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, McLean, they are a tremendous team. I mean, they've just been playing their heart out tonight and throughout the entire season, and they should continue that tonight. I mean, besides now, the only injury again out for season is Chris Cardwell. He is here across on the bench for this one. The captain, he in the last game of the season, the 8th game of the season against Flint Hill, I believe it was that we had that for you. He tore his rotator cuff. He's out for a season now. McLean, they are wearing the red jerseys with the black and silver trim and black McLean across the top. The socks are red with red stripes on the top and bottom with silver and white trim as well. Osbourn Park in the white uniforms. They have Osbourn Park written across the chest with a logo, blue, and they on the top of their jerseys is blue. They also have gold trim. Both teams making their way out to center ice. To my right will be Josh Callison net, and to my left will be Nick Lover. He will be trying to secure his team second win in a matter of many nights. But for the Highlanders to come out with Deb Doiron, there's also Jordan Bloom, Tommy Malloy. He'll be centering those two on C, Phipps, and Suleiman. Here's the referee. All right, we are underway. NVSHL action. Here's the puck coming back in front of McLean net. McLean going from right to left. Here as it's back into and behind the net and taken up near boards for Jordan Bloom as he gets crushed by number 33 of the opposition. That would be Craig L. And the puck coming back and captain for McLean. McLean having Tom and Lloyd steps to the top of the circle, tries to fire one, and it does not find Jordan Bloom. Now Jordan Bloom trying to move it along. Tom Malloy work it with there, but it all ends up being Yellow Jackets puck and sent back to center. For shooting, takes a big hit and a delayed penalty. Jordan Bloom trying to work in right wing circle, and the Highlanders are going to get a power play. And it's looking like Osbourn Park wants to be very physical against McLean. McLean has a lot of tall guys, a lot of short guys. Nick, your thoughts so far?
Well, just in the first, 1 minute of the game, we saw Brushui take a big hit. We saw Blum take a huge hit, both landing on the floor. And we can tell that, like my partner Matt said, they're going to play a very aggressive game. They know that physically, or they know that fundamentally and tactically, McLean outweighs them. But if they can win the game when it comes to fighting and playing aggressive, they might have a chance, although it does end with a power play for McLean. So they're going to have to be careful how aggressive they get, Matt.
Yeah. Number 88, that'll be Walker Williams in the box, and it will be Osbourn Park controlling the puck, and they'll send it back behind, and it will be Scar Gross taking it up ahead. He'll fire across the Colton Hoytful, setting up the fifth. Phil Bois working into a slot. A big shot, a save made by the goalie Lauber in net. I mean, he just wound up, but you're McLean. You got to have guys crashing the net, screaming him. Face-off will be to Lauber's left, and the Highlanders do get control, and they'll work it. Back in, right wing corner, Phil Bois working with it behind the net, trying to center out in front, no good, and sent down by number 25. So far, Highlanders have one shot, minute and 18 to go on the power play, as they're going to ice it. McLean and a stray pass. That's not what you want, Nick.
No, it is not. And like we said, they need to pay attention to today's game. They need to make sure they're focused on today. Right now, they have not been playing exactly the way they wanted. We're only 2 minutes into the game, so there's not much you can say. But they need to make sure they don't make any mistakes like that silly icing call right there that could have easily been avoided. Matt?
Yeah, and then the puck taken by Osbourn Park. They'll fire it back in for Shooty, back to get it, and he'll have Phipps there, and it'll be moved ahead. And McLean, definitely not what Coach Sherlock wants for his team thus far. Bloom taking it on the near wall. He'll fire, send it to Deb Ron, and then back to Jordan Bloom. Nice pass there. Phipps with a shot. That one is wide. Malloy can't get it. He go to the right wing half wall, back to the point, and they couldn't, and Braschuti couldn't send it down as the puck comes in on Carlson. And just so far, McLean hasn't been able to do too much. Malloy bumped along, and then it's sent back the other way. I mean, every time McLean's trying to enter the zone, it's been met by a whole bunch of Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets. And I guess, folks, for those of you at home, Yellow Jackets annoying. These guys just the same. Drop pass now, Doiron, and then it's trying to set out front. That's where a shot saved. Rebound there. And McLean cannot get to it and sent all the way back down. That's going to be an icing. Power play has ended 0 for 1. 11:53 to go. Nick, McLean having trouble entering the zone thus far.
Well, something that we saw that was very, very big in the last game is how close that the shot count was kept for both teams. Against Chantilly, it was neck and neck until right around the third quarter. And we're seeing a similar pattern where McLean isn't really getting what they want, and they're kind of playing a little conservatively. They aren't attacking as much as they were in the Chantilly game, but they are just absolutely getting shut down. This defense is holding, not letting them get to their goalkeeper, Nick Lober. And I think it's smart. It's a smart play by the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, Osbourn Park playing decent against much better McLean, 8 and 5th. He'll send it behind around Carter Gross, then trying to break it out, but they can't get it out, and it's kept in by Yellow Jackets left wing corner. Carter Gross trying to go get it, number 14 for the opposition. That would be Ian Gordon trying to work it there, and the puck comes around, and finally Fifth Wall with some speed heading up around the neutral zone. He'll try to deke in, going to the right wing corner, then try and send it back to the point, and Gross couldn't get it. It was stuck in skates. Malloy, though, having it, and he'll try to fire across. A bad pass there by Tommy Malloy, and then an outlet. Here come the Yellow Jackets. Shot coming on, and that almost handcuffed Towson as the puck comes behind the net. Or 14 for the Yellow Jackets, trying to spin her around, and has moved up ahead and out of the zone. Malloy near force. He'll just crank it in. Teams are changing behind the net. Number 22 there working with it. That's Braddock. And then Deb Doiron, and there's going to be another penalty, and I believe it's a hooking. Yes, it is a hook on Deb Doiron, and for Osbourn Park, you need to take the body. You can't let your stick be hanging out. You can't let your elbows, anything like that. And the Highlands are going to get another opportunity, Nick.
Well, this is the second power play that we've seen in the last 10 minutes, so we know that it's not very apparent that the Osbourn Yellow Jackets are playing aggressively, and they've had some big hits on some of the biggest players for McLean. But like we said, playing aggressive does have its disadvantages, and their second opportunity for McLean to score with another power play back.
Face-off won by Osbourn Park, number 11. He'll crank it down, but kept in, and then given up by Gross. It's a 2-on-1 coming in, a shot, and they score. It was delayed, and it's 1-0 Osbourn Park. Carter Gross lost it. Josh Towson wasn't sure where it was, and the puck ended up being in the net. And the refs are going to have a discussion to see if they lost track of that puck before they believe it crossed the goal line. Towson did go in the net, and I think they're going to call this no goal. Man, that's very lucky for McLean. I believe they lost track of it. And now there's going to be an explanation given to coach, but it's no goal. They still have it up on the board with 1:45 to go. I mean, Carter Gross lost that puck trying to wedge it in, and he was completely caught cheating up. And a very animated coach over on the other bench across from us on Osbourn Park. And it still remains 1-0 McLean. But then the puck coming out. Jordan Bloom trying to get to it, trying to get around, and he won't be able to tie it up. There, what an effort by Jordan Bloom. And then he'll get it back behind the net. Tommy Malloy, left wing corner. Fifth. And now Tommy Malloy. Jordan Bloom. Now trying to center, and a good hit put on by Tommy Malloy, but he couldn't find the puck. And now the puck sent back down behind the net. Oh, man, and a bad bounce. That could have been costly if Fitz wasn't there. And then a turnover coming out front. Oh, and a shot that missed. McLean playing absolutely terrible in their own defensive zone on the penalty kill. I mean, this is uncharacteristic of this team, and unfortunately, it's Colton Hoypool trying to get around his man. I mean, they're playing like this is a simple game. Battle along the half wall, and then finally sent down. And then a centering feed off the cage out front, and finally it will be sent back down by Osbourn Park.
Well, McLean had a huge save when they called no goal on that shot. They've been playing very sloppy, and this is not what the coaches want to start off the playoffs. We thought that Fipois and Jordan Blum could take that energy they had from the last game of the regular season and translate it, but they've been being shut down as of late. They can't get anything going, and Osbourn Park is taking advantage.
Oh, man, there's a chance right there by, I believe, number 28. McLean. They're not being good defensively right now. And, just maybe they need better passing as the puck played over line. Stroik out there trying to make something happen. Fipois now takes it. Fipois around one man, around another man. Fipois in, base a shot. Going to the net. Good feed, brother, score! Oh, well played! Fipois, and it's 1-0 Highlanders. Man, he made the pass. He went to the net looking like he's going to go around, and then he made the pass out front to Colton Hoipo, who was able to put it in. And we talked about this team being unselfish, and Fipois, no more for scoring than his passing. He makes a big contribution right there.
Well, last game against Chantilly, we saw him score a hat trick, playing amazing with his shots, and today he played an unselfish, beautiful pass and was able to score. His last two games have been probably the best of the season.
Yeah, 7:48 to go. Highlanders with control of the puck and a 1-0 lead. And now Aiden Phipps, and then someone lost their set for the Yellow Jackets, but it's taken back down behind the net, and ultimately it'll be moved ahead by the Highlanders. Good stick on there by Jordan Bloom, and then offsides call there as Deb Doiron was beat on basically on a breakaway with Jordan Bloom coming with him. But you're starting to see now, McLean, they are starting to finally get some offense here that's been lacking. Face off in front of the Osbourn Park bench, and Sam Silverman trying to get there. He will not. Jack Hecker, dumps it in, and then back here for Phipps. Silverman, and then Phipps again. Phipps moving in, number 9, working with it. Sam Silverman throws it to the net, and a save made. They're not the best shot from the slot area, and then given up, but sent back down to the Highlanders. Aiden Phipps playing some good hockey, but McLean they've been sloppy here as a pass going from Jack Hecker to Ben Misselfeld. That one missed, and then played up in front, trying to move ahead, giving up. Number 14 across the line. Left wing circle to the boards. Boards Aiden Phipps throwing his man off. Sam Silverman battling with it behind the net. Already being no good for the Yellow Jackets. And it ends up being thrown to the left wing point. Shot coming in with a screen. That one might have been deflected by number 11. And then it's finally out of the zone. Jack Hecker to chase. Highlanders with possession. Aiden Phipps working with a shot, and that one deflected from the left wing circle. No good. And then steal. Fipois around his man, and he'll finish. Fipois got the puck in the right wing circle. 5:41 to go. He went around his man and went very patient and put it up top of the leaning down goaltender Nick Lauber, and it's 2-0 Highlanders. What a performance thus far by Fipois.
Fipois' best 2 games of the season, possibly of his short 2-year career, may have been the last 2 games. In the last 2 games, he has 4 goals and 1 assist. He is the spark that is litten onto this team. They were playing sloppy, but now Phipps with that assist and now a goal, they are getting more chances in the middle, unlike what they were seeing earlier in the game. And Fipois, what a performance as of now.
Yeah, here comes Colton Hoipo trying to move it in. Don't stop trying to get it in front and delayed off sides. The other Phipps, number 66, before the Highlanders could do was play it in. Now played behind the net. Osbourn Park moving it out. 4:55 to go. And then here comes Osbourn Park, number 26, moving in to the slot, trying to pass up. In front, they score. Dylan Phipps and the rest of the Highlanders caught puck watching. They didn't see Osbourn Park. I don't know who tapped it in. But with 4:45 to go, it's 2-1 McLean, and Osbourn Park showing this is going to be a tougher game for the Highlanders.
Well, it's going to be a fight. We knew that. We knew that McLean couldn't come into the game cocky, and they were playing sloppy at the beginning. Fipbois had a great performance, but then they were just sitting. They were waiting. They were parking. They weren't on the attack, which is something signature of the McLean hockey team, and it showed when they let by that goal, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, just defensively sloppy, and you know that the coaches over there are going to have to figure something out. Number 18, Kevin Schaefer with the goal. Puck in the McLean offensive zone being moved up ahead. Jordan Bloom cuts it off on the left wing circle, trying to battle with it down there. And it's finally played up ahead and out. And then a man caught chasing. Luckily, Aiden Phipps back there to get it. And then a bouncy puck. Oh, man, that could have been dangerous. The Highlanders I mean, honestly, this is very uncharacteristic of them. And then the puck deflected up and hitting something, it'll go out play. But I mean, McLean, they're having bouncy pucks every single time they're breaking it out. And with 3:52 to go, I mean, something's got to break for them. I mean, offensively, Fipbois has been good, but you need Jordan Bloom. You need other guys. Up ahead, Fipbois trying to move up ahead. Fipbois, centering beat. Oh, man. A beautiful play by Fipbois, and then Stroy keeps in. Fipbois loses the puck, and it's back behind the net. Highlanders offensively have been decent thus far. 2 goals on 5 shots, and then 2v2 back the other way. Mason man missed with a shot, and a save made by Townsend, number 17, with the save for McLean. Again, excuse me, I believe this might have been number 18, Schaefer, with that shot. He has the only goal. 3:20 to go. Face off in the Osbourn Park offensive zone. Puck behind the net. Good play by Malloy to keep the centering pass, but it doesn't matter as the puck back left wing corner, and then it's moved up ahead but broken up. Play towards the net, and that's wide by Osbourn Park. And McLean trying to break it out, and they will, but only as far as an Osbourn Park player who will try to get it out again. Good pass up ahead, number 14 moving with it. Right wing circle, trying centering feet, no good. He'll get it right back. Looking, now it's back to the point, McLean. And then a shot coming in, a save made by Calvin. McLean forwards, they're being shut down. They're not staying on the point, and you need to attack that point guy to not allow a shot from the point.
Well, as we've said time and time again throughout this game, Fipbois has been the entire offense for the McLean Highlanders up to this point, and they have been struggling to get anything else. Some of the stars like Jordan Bloom, who was the top player in the regular season for the Highlanders, has been totally shut down, and the middle of the ice going to the net has been just absolutely a no-fly zone for McLean, and they are not playing well when it matters.
Yeah, centering pass no good. Here come the Highlanders. They have numbers 2v2 up at line. Stroik loses the puck, and then it's kept in. Good play there by Aiden Phipps. He's been playing well in this game. Hoypool with a shot. That one way off target, but kept in. Far wall. Line Fipbois, not a good idea, trying to stay down through about 5 guys, and it all ends up, though, McLean keeping it in, but then they lose it. Up ahead, Osbourn Park moving it in. And now Aiden Phipps behind the net. Spin move, good move, and it winds up in the right wing corner. Man, Osbourn Park I mean, they are literally like Yellow Jackets. They do not stop swarming. Colton Hoible taking down. There's going to be a trip, and I don't know if that was, but Colton Hoible going down in front of the Osbourn Park bench. I could not see if he was tripped. There was a man out in front, and he did go down like he was tripped. And McLean, they're going to go to the power play, Nick.
Well, it is very important to see how they act on this power play. On the second power play, on the first power play of the game, they weren't able to get anything. And on the second power play, they led by a goal, which was called off. But still, they need to make sure that they are focused on attacking and passing, because there's been some selfish plays. We saw Fifwa there trying to outmaneuver 5 people. So it's all about getting open, passing, and working as a team, Matt.
Yeah, that's for sure. For Shooty, good job just to keep his man off the board since he lost that. That's on the initial chance that almost led to a goal that was called off for Osbourn Park. It was Carter Gross losing the puck and letting his man go by. But, I mean, McLean, they need to do better, especially if they are going to be if they're going to be facing teams like Okado. Dev Doiron goes down, but it doesn't matter as McLean has a quick pass for Aiden Fitz. He sends it towards the net, and a save made there. Dev Doiron trying to go to the net and poke it, but that time it was sealed off by Nick Lauper. 51.8 seconds to go in the period. 2-1 McLean, 1:18 to go on number 22's power play. That would for the Yellow Jackets. Face off here. Coming. Colton Oivel trying to win. They will not. Good job by Aiden Phipps to keep it in. It'll go to right wing corner. Aiden Phipps gets it back one-timer, and that's deflected to the right wing corner. And then worked along the half wall. 2v2 scrum. And it'll be advantage going to Osbourn Park. And they'll fire off the glass and right down. Not nearly hitting a ref. Having to be a little bit extra cautious there. The men in the armbands, and then almost a careless play by Colton Hoiberg. And again, McLean, they've been trying to do anything, but here comes Carter Gross, who just fires it in our goal with 9.7 to go. 36 seconds on the power play. There will be carry overtime into the second period. But McLean, I mean, they're coming off a 7-0 win against Chantilly. And again, we said you can't look past anything. McLean, they would love to score here. Dev Doiron to take it. He will, trying to go to the net, gets tied up, blasts it back around, kept in by Aiden Fitz with a shot and save made, and that will do it for the first period. We'll mute our mics. We're going to the second period. We'll see you in about a minute. You're listening to McLean Broadcast Network. After 1, McLean 2, Osbourn Park 1. And welcome back to McLean Broadcast Network. I'm Matthew Swerve with Nick Monroe. Nick, well, McLean didn't play their best hockey in the first period. What do they need to do coming into the second period? Start with defensively.
Well, we stated in the game that they really needed to protect the goalkeeper. Josh Calson is an incredible goalkeeper, and he's shown that throughout the season, but he can't do it all on his own. His defense, especially Aiden Phipps, needs to take care of the defensive perimeter and make sure that he isn't on these one-on-one opportunities that he's been in several times already just in the first period, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, and Carl Gross, another defender, although I did feel like Aiden Phipps did do a good job. Jordan Bloom, nice hard backhand shot from the point, doesn't get through from Carl Gross, and it's moved along the left wing wall. McLean going from left to right here in the second period, and they'll have the advantage of their bench being close. And then a breakaway somehow coming in our goal, a shot they score. Oh my goodness, a player. I'm not sure how he got behind everybody, but we're tied at 2. An Osbourn Park player got behind both Dylan Phipps and Carter Gross, and they made the outlet pass. I'm not sure if they went for a change or something.
That McLean can't afford to let happen, and it showed. One-on-one, Calson was no match. Upper corner, nothing he could do. To their credit,
Yeah.
beautiful goal by Osbourn Park.
Yeah, I mean that's that's unacceptable. You need to know where all 5 guys, and something doesn't look right. But I'm not sure if they had only 4 guys and then there was a man on, but now Colton Hoypo's shot gets deflected. I mean, that's one of the weirdest plays I've seen, and I mean, I'm stunned. I don't know what happened there. I mean, that's so weird. I've never seen anything like it. Face off, by the way, to the right of the goalie Nick Lauber, but McLean, they need to play better. I mean, and I'm not sure if that was anybody's fault or somehow he did sneak by. I didn't see him on the ice. Fifth wall with a shot, and that one deflects to the glass off of somebody in front, played back, right wing corner, and then working with it there. Aiden Phipps still trying to play it back. The defense for McLean trying to keep Osbourn Park from taking the lead. Played out in front, and that almost nearly came on goal. A little bit of a tricky puck, almost on the couch, and McLean plays it ahead, out of the reach of about everyone. Colton Hoypel back in to get it, and then a big hit put on around there. Lion Sprigg lost his stick, and that's moved up ahead for the Yellow Jackets and played in behind the net. Aiden Phipps trying to work it out. Left wing boards kept it in. Half wall there. And some fists go flying. No call from the men in the armbands. There are 3 of them. And then played out front. Centering try. Now played out there and trying to go on the near side Calson, but right now Osbourn Park is outplaying McLean, Nick.
Well, we said Osbourn Park is not a bad team. They're a great team in their own right. They placed 3rd. They're the dark horse of this playoffs for sure. They play very physical, very aggressive. They had a big win against Yorktown, and they as you said, they're just outplaying McLean right now.
Yeah, face off won by Highlanders, but then taken over, or at least moved to the left wing corner, of McLean's defensive zone off Osbourn Park, trying to take the lead for first time in this game. Game pass is deflected. McLean has let a 2-goal lead slip. Kept in. I mean, McLean cannot break the puck out to save their life right now. And then a sloppy play by Jack Hecker there. I mean, and then it's deflected out play into the bench of Osbourn Park, but I have just never seen this team play this sloppy, and it's unfortunate because we know that they're a better team than this, and McLean, they need to have crisp passes. They need to be able to win the races to lose pucks. That's something that Coach Sherlock says every single time and they need to outmuscle them. They are a better team than this. This shouldn't be the case, and hopefully they can get the Jets working. Carter Gross, nice pass to depth. Doiron played out in front, and a stick goes flying, and then covered up by the goalie, Nick Lauber. A nice centering pass from Carter Gross in the slot. And I'm not sure that stick may have hit the goaltender. They're talking to the referees, or at least some players are, and I don't think any penalties coming out of this, but either way, we're going to have a face-off on the left wing circle. Face-off won by the Yellow Jackets. They're winning a lot of the face-offs here. It's played out center. Foot race back in behind the net. Suleiman Brushui trying to get there, and ends up with Aiden Phipps. And moving ahead, Tom Malloy goes down. Another puck not to his stick. Aiden Phipps trying to work it there, but we are a 2-2 tie with 11:38 to go. Highlanders trying to play it now. Jordan Bloom trying to get around his man. He'll get it ahead. Tom Malloy moving in with a shot. Oh, and that one just went wide. And then barely able to keep it in. And will be moved out the center. I mean, McLean defensively, it seems like they've been having issues with controlling the puck. But a good opportunity there. Deb Doiron moving up ahead. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Deb Doiron had a man, and you know what? And then there's going to be a breakaway. Are you kidding me? 2-0 coming back, a shot, they score. Are you kidding me? What type of, I mean, I am lost for words. Where it's the second time McLean's defense has allowed a man behind them, and it's 3-2. You're supposed to be the number second seed in the NVSHL. These guys need to wake up.
Unacceptable play. They totally were. They weren't focused on the whole rink, and it was a terrible play. They had exchange, and it was sloppy playing by the defense.
I mean, give Osbourn Park credit. They've been playing like their hair's on fire, but this is unacceptable. Probably the worst performance we have seen all season. McLean, they need to do something now. And here comes the breakaway. Vipwa coming in. Oh my gosh, it's going more time. Vipwa, 2 goals, 1 assist here tonight. And Vipwa just using their speed. And this time it's McLean who gets behind the defense. And we're all tied at 3 with 10:30 to go, Nick.
As we've said before, the entire game, McLean's offense has been Vipwa. He has 2 goals. He has an assist. He is the reason that this team is ahead. If not for him, I don't think we could be saying that McLean was able to tie the game with such a quick shot back. Great play by Vipwa.
Yeah, I mean, McLean, either two teams show up. They're a team that just can't move the puck and selfish, and a team that can move the puck and dominates. Right now, it's the team so far here, but Jack Hacker trying to move ahead to the slot, and it's Ben Mitchell. No, excuse me, Dylan Phipps playing it behind, but McLean, so far, at least for now, it's been the team that has been lazy, and the team that just really has been able to move the puck has shown up, and this is the playoffs. It's win or go home, and it's looking like McLean's going to play with a little bit of anticipation. Hand pass by Sam Silverman, but it's all right because it's possession by Osbourn Park. They're moving it ahead up the near side wall. Pass out front. Dev Doiron trying to move it in, and it's poke-checked away. I mean, they have just been poke-checked away from start. And then giveaway, number 17 there, but Tom Malloy, good job to get back, and then trying to play it ahead for Dev Doiron. But, I mean, if there's anything, and then that's the puck coming in on goal, and save made by Josh Towson. But, I mean, McLean maybe starting to show a little bit of urgency, and I mean, I'm sure the coaches on the bench not happy at all so far, but at least this game is tied, and ultimately, McLean's going to have to do better. Hopefully, they will be able to. Face off, number 17 with a quick shot and a save made by Calston, and he needed to do that because he's probably not feeling the best after letting all of these goals go. I mean, even though half of them weren't his fault, I mean, Nick, you know that he needs to have some confidence.
Well, he for sure needs to have some confidence, and his defense has not been helping him out at all. At least two of the three goals that Calzon has led by, he was in a one-on-one situation or one-on-two situation. He didn't have anybody to help him out, and it's showing that he is struggling by himself on their side of the ice.
Yeah. By the way, McLean only has 8 shots. Osbourn Park has 11. And, I mean, this game's more 60-40 in possession or at least attacking in favor of Osbourn Park. And for McLean, as face-off coming in front of Calson, they need to do better defensively. Crisp, clean passes open up offensively. Face-off again one, and a good save by Josh Calson, number 88 with that shot. But, I mean, a common theme so far, Nick, McLean's not winning any face-offs.
They aren't winning any face-offs. They're struggling to maintain possession in general. We've seen lots of players slip, fall over, and miss pucks. They're playing sloppy. There's nothing else you can say, but they're playing sloppy.
They get put on by Tommy Malloy, 70 feet in front and Osbourn Park, and McLean finally with possession. I mean, and Colton Hoyful trying to move it. He'll get around one man. Backhand from the top of the slot, and that one denied by the goaltender. They're going to need to do better. Fifth walk. Playing around, playing risky hockey, and the puck nearly stayed out, and then coming to the slot and then across. And out of the zone, Osbourn Park move ahead as far as Zuman for shooting. Oh, fire it back.
I think one of the most important things, as we've said, Fibwa has really been the offense for McLean, but he can't get cocky. We've seen several times in this game, he has tried to take on many players in a one-on-one, in a one-on multiple defenders, and he's usually losing those battles. He cannot be so selfish, and he has to get past
Yeah, Jordan Bloom moving to his slot. Takes a shot, a save, made rebound, covered up. And Sam Silverman giving a low shot to an Osbourn Park player. That would be number 33. That would be Craig L. Face off one, and then Osbourn Park plays it back and to the right wing corner where they will take over. 7:42 left to go in second. Good breakout. Dev Doiron. Now the Jordan Bloom fires it in, and that one missed the net. Sam Silverman trying to fish it. He'll find Dev Doiron, who ends up just firing behind the net, nowhere to go, and punched on ahead to the left wing corner. McLean is keeping it in right now, and then play back to see Dylan Phipps sliding back, trying to prevent any on-man rushes. That's been the specialty of these Yellow Jackets, who are hitting at all costs right now, playing much more physical. Jordan Bloom trying to center it back for Dev Doiron, who just tees it up and deflected out play, I believe, off an Osbourn Park's player's stick. But McLean, I feel like they're starting to play better, but I don't see as much urgency from some of the guys. You can't right now. This team's a great team. This team, you might as well consider them Stonebridge. They've been playing their hearts out, and you don't want an early playoff exit, which would be just a monumental upset and very unfortunate. Osbourn Park, number 26, moving ahead. Number 26, that would be O'Keefely. And then the puck played to the right wing corner, moving ahead, Lion Stroik. And then Colton Hoyful, 2-on-1, Dipwa Bipois looking. Bipois with shot. He scored! But using a man as a screen number. He used an Osbourn player as a screen. And, well, Bipois having a game of his life. Moving into the slot, and the slot has become open for the Highlanders with 6.6 to go. Finally, the Highlanders have the lead back.
Well, Jordan Blum has been pretty silent this game, but Fitboy has stood up and taken his place as the leader of this team with another 3-goal game. Fitboy is having the stretch of his life right now.
Yeah, I mean, it is all him. I mean, he's been out on the ice for all 4 goals for the Highlanders, and someone needs to step up. That Misselfeld trying to go around his man, and he chased a man down. No penalty call. Looked like he might trip him. But the Highlanders, Colton Hoiple with assist there as he made the pass. Jack Ecker being taken down, but you know what? This team is going to hit, and they're going to hit hard. David Todd going in after it, and it's played back to center, but luckily Tommy Malloy being a lot more cautious defensively, having possession, staying up his man. Extra shot. The Highlanders, I think, are a little bit frustrated. Oh, man. And that's played out front. Oh, man. Jack Hecker almost had a goal. Jay Barnett went down, didn't get all of it, and it came right to Jack Hecker's stick. And Tommy Malloy, and he went down by the referee, and a shot, and they score. Tommy Malloy went by the ref, and he was stripped, and unfortunately, that led to a goal. Forehand, backhand, we're tied. That was bad luck. Nothing that McLean can do about that. They just need to get their heads up and pick up their goaltender.
Well, there must be frustrated heads on the McLean sideline because the referee directly responsible for that goal. He tripped Tommy Malloy, incidentally, of course, but that led to a one-on-one. Again, another one-on-one between Carlson and an offensive player from Osbourn. They took advantage. It's been a high-scoring game, and something that we need to keep track of is the shot count. It is still close, which means McLean isn't getting the separation that they want, Matt.
Yeah. Osbourn Park again trying to retake the lead. McLean, Tuba Bershuti, and again, I mean, for McLean, they need to find a way. This team, they're as good as they come, and you need to be better defensively. But again, on that last goal, just some bad luck. Puck coming Osbourn Park, consistently winning pucks. Dan Silverman almost takes a man down, and then the puck comes to Sumar Bershuti, who goes down and loses it. I mean, this game has been McLean players falling or being out of position, and then Osbourn Park players taking advantage. Jordan Bloom trying to get on score sheet, trying to go around a man, but he'll move it back behind the net, trying to set fifth wide. Nobody there, plays it down low. Dev Doyron around in front. Jordan Bloom a shot, and a save made. There was an Osbourn player in the crease. Dev Doyron trying to make a man, trying to get that puck to the net, and it just wasn't going to happen.
Well, something that we haven't seen this year is someone keeping pace with McLean, someone hitting them as hard as they are getting hit. Osbourn Park is making a fight out of this. Many people thought that this game was going to be an easy win on the way to the semifinals for McLean, but that is not the case.
Yeah, play out in front by fifth wall, a little backhander, not finding the near post. And Osbourn Park with speed up ahead. This team, number 63 behind, trying to centering feed, no good. And it's moved ahead, half wall, line strike, trying to move it back, but it's flushed in behind the net. 3:34 to go, 4-4 tie at this point. Bipois moving help ahead, finding line strike, back battling with it, and then a shot coming from Colton Hoiple on the drop pass. And then a centering feed. Oh, man. Colton Hoiple again in the slot. If there's one thing for McLean, go to the slot, get a shot. This is good news for the Highlanders. They just need to be finishing it and find a way not to be hitting the sticks of the Osbourn Park players. They're giving them the slot, but then quickly closing it down. face off to the left of the goaltender. And right now for McLean, you just one goal at a time. You need some urgency. A puck almost coming out, fired back behind the net by Tom Malloy. And again, talked about defense hasn't been as good for the Highlanders, and you can see why this is probably giving. And Varsity loses another battle, but luckily a pass came in front, and Osbourn Park wasn't able to make a rush out of it. But McLean, I mean, again, they are not winning the races to the loose spots. They're allowing Osbourn Park to triple team them and not really do too much. Now they have Doiron the other way. Doiron working half wall and then played down behind. I mean, you really wonder why this team has 4 losses with the way that they're playing against the number 2nd seed. Varsity trying to keep it in. Number 14 for Osbourn Park getting it out, but then Dev Doiron just firing it back in behind the net. McLean will change 1:57 go. I mean, it's just kind of almost a hopeless feeling for the Highlanders. They have not been playing with that much energy as the puck again thrown into the left wing corner and nothing. I don't know what McLean's been trying to do, but anything they have been is not working. Right wing corner, Tommy Malloy trying to move it up ahead. Linus right behind the net. He's been getting a decent amount of ice on 5th wide, playing up ahead. Nice play, the Colton Hoiple. Here comes Hoiple into the slide. Waits. But shot takes rebound. Oh, and it was played in Linus Royce. Skates and he couldn't put it home. Unfortunate. There. Man, what a play at 8 and 5 now. And then it's going by 5th one. Working in, finding in front. Oh my goodness! It couldn't be put home. A huge play for the goalie. And they are just, oh my goodness. And then played out in front. And a save made. Nick Lauber. Nicky is standing on his head with 47.6 seconds to go.
Well, what I've been seeing is that over the last maybe 30 seconds, McLean has gone in all-out attack. They're trying to fire on all cylinders right now, something that they've done in every other game that's made them successful, but something they have not been able to do this game.
Yeah. Oh, played out in front. Sam Silverman tried to tip that and wouldn't go. McLean keeping it in for a longer consistent first time that consistently of time, or at least a longer period of time. And then play out front and a save made, and somehow, I mean, this goalie, Nick Lauber, and then play back, number 63, working it for the Yellow Jackets. As now Dev Doiron, 1v1. Here he comes, getting around one man. Oh, what a beauty, and he tried to put it home. A good play by Dev Doiron, but finally McLean, with 22 shots and 7.7 seconds to go, finally starting to wake up. But if it isn't for Nick Lauber, this game belongs to the Highlanders at this point. I mean, McLean finally doing something better. Face off is won by McLean, then a shot blocked out in front, and then it will just be taken and lifted out of the zone. So that'll do it for 2 periods. 4-4 our score. We'll be back. We'll mute our mic. You're listening to McLean Broadcast Network. Will McLean move on, or will they have the upset, at least of this year? You're listening to the McLean Broadcast Network. And welcome back to McLean Broadcast Network. Matthews Word, Nick Monroe with you. Osbourn Park for 2 periods have basically had their way with McLean, except for Philip Wall with a hat trick and an assist to Colton Hoyful. McLean just, they have been sloppy defensively and completely just outgunned by their opponents. Nick, what does McLean have to do?
Well, McLean has to do, they have to go back to what they've been doing and getting successful throughout this whole year. The reason they're 10-0 is because they get open, they pass, and they create space. They make a perimeter, and they're able to attack down the middle. That is something they have not been able to do today, and it is clearly showing.
Yeah, McLean has just really, since the third period begins, has not been able to do hardly anything. I mean, but for the Highlanders, they know this period could be the difference between moving on and not moving on at all. Now, by the way, if you're interested, if the score remains tied, we will go to a shootout. There's no overtime, at least not of my knowledge. I have not seen a shootout in NVSHL play, but the good news for the Highlanders is they have 14 minutes, 44 seconds to do something. Face off in front of the goaltender, Nick Lauber, on the right wing circle. One off the tie-up of Dev Doiron, then McLean getting it back, and Jordan Bloom not quite able to move up ahead. And a delayed penalty in the Highlanders, well, for a slash, are going to the penalty kill, and Sam Silverman's going to be called for the slash. I didn't see it. He's wondering about it, but not a time to take a penalty, Nick.
No, not at all. And this is something that may shift the momentum greatly in Osbourn's favor. They've been dominating near the end of the second period. McLean was showing their strong McLean self, but this is a big chance for Osbourn to perhaps take the lead in this game.
Yeah, good clear there by Tommy Malloy, and Jack Hacker just moving in, trying to forecheck. Great work by him, but it's speed up the ice. Here comes the Yellow Jackets moving on in, and a good poke check there by Carl Gross. He'll play behind the net, and Phil Bois, he'll fire it down, and then played out. And Osbourn Park moving it ahead. Osbourn Park, number 63, trying to get around Tom Malloy. Good presence there. And it's kept in, but not quite. Jack Hacker able to punch it out the center, but not as far. And fifth wall almost post shots his man, but then he steals it. And he'll have plenty of time, and he'll just waste it behind his own net. And he'll move it up ahead and then just punch it out. 58 seconds go in the penalty to Sam Silverman for the slash. 13:22 to go in the game. McLean playing a good defense here on this penalty kill as number 33 for Craig L trying to move ahead, but it'll go to number 17 instead, and moving into the slot with a shot and save rebound, trying to centering feed. McLean, and then it played out in front, and a good diving work for Misselfeld there, and then Colton Hoyful trying to get it there. He will, and it's played back all the way, man. Highlanders playing very good on this penalty kill with 10 seconds to go. They should kill this off. And I mean, this is big. By the way, Highlanders going from right to left, and that will do it for the penalty kill. It's full spring, but that turnover thrown out in front, and Sabins lofted back up the center. Sam Silverman trying to cash in, but ultimately all Osbourn Park players there, but then a sloppy play given up. Sam Silverman, but he's only corralled by a whole bunch of players. Dev Doiron able to take it and trying to stick out through a whole bunch of guys. Won't work. And the puck played by Osbourn Park behind the net. Jordan Bloom near boards, dumping it in behind the net. Nick Lauber trying to play it, he will. And then Osbourn Park moves up ahead, pass out of the reach of everybody back to his zone, and a nice icing call for the Highlanders with 11:33 to go. Nick, I feel like this is a critical face-off coming up.
Oh, this is a huge face-off. McLean hasn't been able to win many face-offs in this game, and it has been neck and neck. But this is what we're talking about. McLean is starting to pull away, as you can see on the shot. McLean has 23 shots. Now Osbourn only has 13. So this is where McLean needs to be going, all guns blazing and attacking, and McLean wins.
Yeah, Highlanders win the draw, play towards the net, no good. But then Dylan Phipps working, Phipps Water trying to muscle it there. He will be able to get to it. Play back to point guard, Gross across. Aiden Phipps with a drive. Save, tipped in! No, it was not tipped behind the net. I thought for a second it was tipped in, tipped over the net. But the Highlanders really starting to show. They have 24 shots and no shots for the opposing team. And Nick Lauber's like, forget this. He just reaches out, grabs the puck as it's coming behind the net. And with 10:57 to go, you feel like the Highlanders starting the probe. Will they be able to do it? I think they could. Nick, your thoughts?
Well, I think we can see that the blood is starting to boil. It is getting heated. It is getting intense. McLean knows that they have 10 minutes to win this game, and they are going to play their hearts out for the next 10 minutes to make sure that 10-0 season did not mean an early playoff exit. Man.
Yeah, Carl Gross, left wing point, trying to fire it on net, blocked and taken behind the net, right wing corner, Deb Doiron, but then taken by Jordan Bloom, and he won't be able to get to the circle. I mean, if there's one thing that we've seen differently, McLean, in other games, they've been able to get to the top of the circle and to the slot a little bit harder in this one. And this team is a playoff team for a reason. And even if they go down, they've been playing their hearts out on this game. Oh, but now played in behind the net, and number 13, right wing corner for the Highlander, for the Osbourn Park Yellow Jackets. And then Jordan Bloom trying to stick handle, at least get it through, and ends up McLean with possession, moving up ahead. Played into the zone, right wing corner. Goalie trying to, Nick Lauber, the goalie, trying to play it, and then the puck comes out the center, and a rush there to him on Varsity, trying to play it. He'll get to Tommy Malloy behind the net, and Tommy Malloy will pass out the center. Long stretch passes. Here comes Golden Hoiple, quick shot, and that one deflected. Highlanders, if you're in that situation, just sneak. If you're 1v1, see what you can do, because they are just taking the shot away from the slot by putting their sticks in that lane. Played out the center. Highlanders with more possession, 9 minutes to go. Tommy Malloy moves it ahead. Hip check there. Play behind the net. Osbourn Park. Now right wing corner. Trying to move it up ahead. Head won't be able to find anyone. Tom Malloy going to get it. Number 17 is also behind there. And then Colton Hoiple, he'll move it up ahead. Colton Hoiple playing it back to him on Varsity, and then a delay penalty, I do believe, on someone. Is this going to go against the Highlanders, or is it delayed offsides, or something? Well, don't believe any. Well, there's no Ben Varsity. He's going to go. I'm not sure what the penalty. I haven't seen a ref indication, but, well, 2 minute, 2 minutes. We'll see what the in-house PA says the penalty is, and the Highlanders. I mean, not a good time to be taking a penalty. 8:24 to go. They need to clear this off. They start by winning it. Aiden Phipps backhands it. Too many men on the ice, and here as 3-on-2 developing for Osbourn, they won't be able to do much with it. A shot coming in by number 6, and just going wide, and then it's played behind the net, and then played to the right wing corner. Dev Doiron, he's gonna air it out, trying to find actually Jack Hecker, who's behind the defense, and then falling down, and then Jack Hecker couldn't put it through, and the net came off. Oh my goodness, Jack Hecker almost had a goal there, but it was put off by an Osbourn Park player, and he seems to be shaken up a little bit. Number 33 for Osbourn. That would be Craig Gell once again, saying his name a lot tonight. 7:44 to go, 1:20 left to go in the penalty. Face off in McLean's offensive position. McLean is on a penalty kill. Face off nudged ahead, and into the zone. Dylan going down and just cleared out, and there's a high stick. And that will mean that the face-off will go back in front of Nick Lauber, the goaltender for Osbourn Park. Nick, I think that McLean for the most part has done a good job on penalty kill.
Oh, they've done pretty well. They've been able to shut down any opportunities that Osbourns have. They have done a great job clearing the puck, and they're just waiting for this 1 minute to end so they can have all the men on the ice and start their attack to try to win this game.
Yeah, moved up ahead. I believe that's number 20, 25 after it, but it's cleared to center. And then back in, but offsides, number 11, that would be Ryan Chase waiting, but he was just a hair offsides. That was pretty close. 48 seconds going penalty, 7:12 to go in this game. If McLean wins, we will be back here in Reston. We'll tell you, we'll get you the time of that one. Most likely, they are going to most likely be playing Bishop O'Connell, which they beat 3-2. Bolton Hoiple now into zone behind the Osbourn Parks net, and then accidentally pulling the net almost down on the Osbourn Park player, and luckily that did not happen. That could have been bad and definitely a little bit stunning for him. The goal came up. Now it's kept in by two pegs in the ice. So if you can kind of lift it off the net, and it almost came crashing down. 34 seconds to go on the McLean penalty for too many men on the ice. Face off 1. 5 McLean, I do believe, in Jack Hacker just smashes it back down. 24 to go, and then played off the boards up ahead at the center. McLean not being able to get in the passing lanes like Osbourn Park tonight. Lloyd out centering feet, out in front, still looking, and the puck ends up going behind the net. A whole bunch of Highlanders right there. And my goodness, that could have been bad. I mean, McLean there, the penalty is over. And the Highlanders, now they need to go if they want to win this without the skills competition. And then played out in front, and Josh Townsend, oh man, he had to go hard on his post there. Holton Hoiple with a shot, and offside. Tom Malloy barely not able to keep it in. 5:51 to go. I mean, Nick, I don't know. This one a lot harder than I think even I expected.
I think we all thought that this was going to be a tough but eventual win for McLean, and it's still up in the air. It's still a toss-up. Both teams are playing their hearts out to end the third period, and we might be looking at a shootout, Matt.
Yeah, skills competition to see who will advance to Wednesday, and we don't know. Could be anybody. That's for sure. Jordan Bloom trying to center feed, no good. And up ahead, skating hard, are the Osbourn Yellow Jacks, number 11 shot coming in. Oh, man, and that deflected off a McLean player and rolled wide and played into the right wing corner. Jordan Bloom up ahead. Jordan Bloom. Can he get a game-winning goal? Nice pass to Deb Doyron. Quick shot. Misses. Rebounds there. Can't put it home. My goodness. What craziness. And it ends up on the half wall, the left wing side. And then out the center. Dylan Phipps not able to get, he is able to get back. And that could have been another costly play for Highlanders. They cleared out the center. Right now, the Highlanders seem to be on the ropes as this one's going to go for icing. I mean, Nick, again, this team deserves to be here. And McLean, probably one of the worst performances of the season, unfortunately. They need to find something.
They need to find something. They need their top players like Jordan Blum to really, really perform and stand out. These last 4 minutes are the most important minutes of the season as of now, and they need to play like like it's the championship game, Matt.
Yeah, 4:30 to go, and a delayed penalty. Lions for it's going to go off for tripping. I don't think that he tripped him, and I don't think that was the right call, unfortunately. It looked like he went down. He might have hooked him, possibly, to make him go down. That didn't look like a trip to me, but, the Highlanders, if that really wasn't a trip, that's the worst luck. And this is, a huge penalty kill. Bipwa hitting his man hard, and he's going to go off. Oh, my goodness. Bipwa is going to go off. It's going to be a 5-on-3 delay penalty. They're going to get him, I believe, for interference, and Bipwa is irate. He is smoking. He does not believe. Oh, my goodness. Nick, right now, McLean needs to dig deep, and I think this would be a good time to call their timeout. They have extended 5-on-3, and they only need one. Face off one. Highlanders, this is it. And then Colton Hoiple just lifting it down on net, played out. You here with 1:28 to go until it's a 5-on-4 for a short couple of seconds. Played in, quick shot. That's wide of the net. And now played back to the point. Highlanders, Colton Hoiple looking and blocked out. Good job by the skate of Aiden Fitz. Played back looking and then deflected on net and then played back down and back around, and there's going to be a high sticking, and the Highlanders, I think, are going to get the face-off in their offensive zone. That's the second time this game that a high stick, Nick, has resulted on a penalty kill in favor for the Highlanders.
Now, I hate to sound cheesy, but this next minute is where legends are made. The McLean Highlanders just have 3 players, and probably their best player at the moment, Dubois, is furiously sitting in the box. They need to protect the puck.
Yeah, right now here come the Jackets, now played out front into the slot and break away, and then trying to move it, and a good job there by Colton Hoiple. It was just half slash at it with his arm, half kick it out into the neutral zone. Man, what a play. And you're right, Nick. This is where legends are made. Played across. Shot coming in. Rebound. Save made. Still having it. Tommy Malloy a big hit and it's played out with 2:44 to go. 16 seconds to the Highlanders are a 5-on-4. 30 seconds until they're back even strength. Unbelievable. The best they've been playing has been on the penalty clear, on the penalty kill, and they're 19 seconds until they survive a 5-on-3. Unbelievable. Here they come. One last rush, a shot, and a save made by Callison. 4 seconds, cleared out, and Fifth out of the box. The fans appreciating that one. Fifth is primed for him to win this game now. Trying to move it up ahead. He will. Fifth into zone. Plays it to avoid a shot and a save made.
Fifth has coming into this game after his penalty, furious, on a mission to score the game-winning goal. McLean is ready to take this game. You can see it in their eyes. They are going, for these next minute and 45 seconds, are going to be the hardest fought of the game. I still cannot believe they were able to pull off that 5-on-3 for 2 minutes, Matt.
I believe McLean is now taking their timeout. Someone is. Most likely the Highlanders, 1:48 to go in the third period, tied at 4, 27 shots for Highlanders, 17 for the team from Osbourn Park. The Highlanders doing a good job keeping the shots low in this third period, allowing Towson, who hasn't had his best game, and right now, by the way, Osbourn Park is one taking their time out. They're looking to try to get something started. Nick, I mean, here we go. This is NBSHL hockey, and I mean a very exciting game. And will we see a skills competition or not? That is to be decided. Nick,
This is NBHSL hockey at its finest. We have a 4-on-4, 4-to-4 game. It's been high scoring. There's been big hits. There's been big plays all around, and it's been a great game.
will the Highlanders find a tally? 1:48 to go, folks. You want to be listening to this game right now. You really do. I mean, this is for all the marbles, at least for a second round to move on to the third round. And right now, the Highlanders, one goal, and you're surely in. Colton Hoyt will take one of the biggest face-offs of his high school career, if not the biggest. They win the face-off. Well, Lloyd with a shot doesn't get through. Colton with a shot and save made. Oh my goodness! Bloom keeps it in. Right wing circle and played out. 1:34 to go. Deflected out play. Face off still in McLean zone. Be to the left of Nick Lauber, the only person right now at least making some big saves. By the way, Colton Hoyt and Fifth the only goal scorers of this game are out. Jordan Bloom also out there as well. Face off one. And then it's taken ahead by the Osbourn Park Yellow Jacket. And then played back in by them. Behind the net, Tom Malloy. Left wing circle. It may be cold outside. It may be cold in here, but the action with 1:12 to go. This is where you can make something happen. Colton Hoyt keeping it. Fifth one to the net save. Rebound Jordan. And he could put a stick on it and put it home. My goodness. Back to the point. Malloy with a drive and a save made by Nick Lauber. Appreciation. He's made 30 saves. He's allowed 4. And this game remains tied with 53.5 to go. Here we go. I mean, Coach Sherlock trusting his team. He's not taking his time out. I mean, if you're McLean now it looks like McLean's going to take their time out, and they will. Nick, they're probably going to set something up, probably get some bodies to the net. At this point, Nick Lauber, he can't save all of them. He's going to be giving up some rebounds, and for McLean, I mean, again, it comes down to the simple phrase that Coach Sherlock always says: win the races to the loose pucks.
I mean, that's what we're gonna see. We're for sure. I can only imagine that coach is drawing up something on their side. They're trying to get most likely Fipwa, possibly Jordan Bloom to the net where they can get a rebound or possibly get an open shot. But this is probably, we said it before, but this is most likely the most important part of the game that you will see.
Yeah, I mean, McLean, they've been playing their hearts out tonight, and no, I mean, it would be a shame really to go home this early, but no matter what, I mean, it's a highlight. You never say that any team, especially a team in the playoffs, is trash. You can't think that. And Osbourn Park, to give them credit, they've been playing their hearts out. I mean, we've seen that. We said that. But here we go. 35.5 seconds to go. They drew something up. Highlanders, they are looking to squeak into the third round. Colton Oible to take the face-off. Face-off one, Osbourn Park. Moving ahead. They want to get a goal here late. Played out by Tommy Malloy. And then here we come. A 2-on-1. They hurry. Colton Oible across for Fipwa. Fipwa working. Man, that wasn't the best sell for McLean. They should have gone to the net. Everybody's back. And Tommy Malloy playing it safe. 27 seconds to go. Played in. Right wing corner by the Yellow Jackets. They won't be able to get it out. 16 seconds to go. And then played back out behind the net. 10 seconds to go. And now up ahead, he has a man. 5 seconds to go. Fipwa loses a putt. That's it. We are going to a skills competition. We will confirm if there is overtime or not. But I do believe that this will be a shootout. It will be a shootout. We're going to take a timeout here on McLean Broadcast Network. 4-4. And welcome back to McLean Broadcast Network. We were wrong. It is going to be a 5-minute sudden death overtime, 5v5. And the Highlanders, well, here we go. I mean, this is it. The Highlanders, 5v5. And we are underway overtime. They're going from right to left. And back into McLean's offensive zone. 5-minute overtime followed by a sudden death well, sudden death overtime, followed by the shootout. I believe it's NHL rules in overtime, at least for last year. And then center out in front. Oh, man, a one-timer almost went to go. Highlanders need to be careful. Here they're playing with passion, all right. Jordan Bloom, he has Steph Joy Rod. Jordan Bloom moving in, and he goes down. No penalty called. Osbourn Park trying to clear it. They will not, and then they will, and it's back out to center, and Aiden Phipps with it. Sam Silverman moving it to depth. Joy Rod spins away, looking, sending it out the net, and a save made by Nick Lauber. 3:59 to go. Nick, this is intense, isn't it?
This is intense. You could hear the crowd on the McLean side gasp as as the Hornets took their first shot, and emotions are running high. Nobody wants to see this team go out too soon.
Yeah, definitely. But Ray, we're going to need the skills competition in the form of the shootout. My goodness. Now play it out front. Trying to get the fifth one. And he won't be able to. Here comes Osbourn Park. One man to beat, a quick shot. Oh my goodness. And no goal. I don't. And what they score. I don't think it went in. Oh my goodness, did they score? They say across the line. I don't think it did. Did it? Did it go in? It didn't look like it. I think they need to discuss. I don't think it went in, but the refs say it did. Oh my goodness. Is the season over? Did it go in? They're talking. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? All this hard work. Let's see. Did it go? Let's see. What are they going to say? Oh my goodness, is the season really over, folks? And yes, it is. Oh my gosh. I have no words to explain. I mean, no, I mean, it can't be over. It can't be over. I mean, Osbourn Park played their heart out. Nick, how do you sum all this up?
There is a silence on this side of the audience. It's as if no one's here. No one can believe it. There's disputes on if that went in or not, but just unbelievable way to end the season. Not many happy fans leaving tonight.
Yeah, and on Osbourn Park, they played their hearts out, and for McLean, it's get ready for nationals. They will be hosting, and they'll be looking to avenge. And we will not be seeing you on Wednesday. We will not be seeing you on Friday. So, for all of us at McLean Broadcast Network, we will see if we will be having regional playoff action from the varsity girls. If not, we will be seeing you for the spring season. So, for all of us at McLean Broadcast Network, I'm Matthew Sword McLean. Osbourn Park, a huge upset. The final score, the guests, Osbourn Park 5, McLean 4. Good night, everyone.